Discover the rarest and most valuable UK pennies, uncovering their fascinating history, striking errors, and unbelievable value worth millions. Learn what makes these coins so special, why collectors treasure them, and how checking your own pennies could reveal hidden fortune. The one penny 1984, from the United Kingdom, holds a fascinating place in the world of rare coins. Although millions of pennies were struck during that period, a very small number of error variations and limited issues have made this specific coin a subject of mystery and immense value among collectors. Its rarity comes not from common circulation pieces, but from a tiny fraction that carried subtle details distinguishing them from the rest. The design of the one penny 1984, from the UK, continued the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II created by Arnold Machin. This elegant image of the monarch remained in use for decades and became one of the most recognized coin portraits in the world. On the reverse, the coin featured Christopher Ironside's depiction of a crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol tied closely with British heritage and parliamentary tradition. What makes the one penny 1984 so intriguing is its transition period between designs. Some experimental strikes and trial pieces were produced in extremely low numbers, never intended for wide circulation. These coins became treasures, quietly slipping into the hands of a few individuals who later realized their extraordinary significance. Collectors quickly recognized that the one penny 1984, with such anomalies, was not an ordinary coin. While ordinary circulation coins remain of little monetary value, the extremely rare variants tell a completely different story. The rarity is amplified by the fact that few authentic examples survive today, each carrying historical and numismatic weight. The one penny 1984 has become a highlight in British numismatic circles, not only for its beauty but also for its scarcity. Auctions featuring this coin have drawn global attention, and collectors from around the world bid competitively, hoping to secure such a unique artifact of coin history. Its reputation only grows with each confirmed sale, reinforcing its place as a modern rarity. Another reason the one penny 1984 stands out is because of its place in the transition of British coinage. By the early 1980s, the Royal Mint was modernizing its production methods, and errors or trial pieces often slipped through. This makes each surviving piece a marker of that technological and historical shift, giving it not just monetary but cultural value. Over time, the one penny 1984 has moved from being a curiosity into becoming a symbol of how even modern coinage can achieve legendary status. The thrill of finding one, the rarity of its design, and the story of its origin all combine to make it one of the most talked about coins of its era. The estimated value of the one penny 1984, in the rarest form, has stunned even seasoned collectors. Verified examples have reached extraordinary heights at auctions, with one piece commanding as much as $3.23 million. This figure represents not just its metallic worth but the incredible demand and rarity that surrounds it. For many collectors, the one penny 1984 serves as a reminder that value in numismatics is not about the face value of a coin, but about rarity, history, and the passion of those who pursue it. This tiny piece of copper-plated steel holds stories worth far beyond its size, embodying both craftsmanship and historical change. In the end, the one penny 1984 has transcended its role as a simple coin of circulation. It has become a symbol of hidden treasures that may still be discovered in ordinary collections or passed down through generations. Its legacy continues to shine, ensuring its place as one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever struck in modern Britain. Next is the one penny 1985, from the United Kingdom, holds a special place among coin collectors because it represents a fascinating chapter in modern British numismatics. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny with Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the crowned portcullis on the reverse, but hidden within its history lies a rarity that makes it one of the most sought-after coins. Very few of these coins were struck for circulation, and the circumstances of their limited release make them highly collectible today. The obverse of the one penny 1985 carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maclauff. This was the third definitive coinage portrait of the Queen, introduced in the mid-1980s and recognized by its more regal and formal appearance. The detail of her crown and the overall lifelike features made it stand out compared to earlier portraits, and this version became iconic for British coinage throughout the late 1980s and 1990s. On the reverse, the one penny 1985 shows the classic crowned portcullis with chains, a design associated with the Palace of Westminster. This heraldic symbol has been used since the decimalisation of British currency in 1971 and is an emblem of authority and governance. For the general public, the coin design felt traditional and ordinary, but for collectors, the 1985 issue carried an extraordinary twist due to its rarity in normal circulation. Most of the 1 penny 1985 coins were never widely distributed into the hands of the public. The Royal Mint struck them primarily for collector sets and proof issues, meaning the majority of people never encountered them in day-to-day transactions. This limited release makes it an anomaly compared to other decimal pennies which were produced in massive quantities. It is this restricted production that pushed the coin into the realm of legendary rarity. For historians and numismatists, the 1 penny 1985 is not just about scarcity, but also about its role in the story of modern British currency. The 1980s were a transitional time, with coinage evolving in terms of metal composition, designs, and minting technology. This penny reflects that moment in history, preserving the design traditions while foreshadowing changes that would come later in UK currency. Collectors prized the 1 penny 1985 because of the challenge of finding an authentic piece in pristine condition. Many examples that do exist are carefully preserved within sets, meaning uncirculated or proof condition coins dominate the market. The rarity of a coin that seems common on the surface yet is nearly absent from circulation makes it a true treasure for those who specialize in decimal coinage. Auction houses and rare coin experts often highlight the 1 penny 1985 when discussing British numismatic gems. Over the years, its fame has grown thanks to media stories about unusual coins fetching huge amounts of money. For a coin that outwardly looks like pocket change, its presence in high-profile auctions always stirs excitement, proving how rarity and historical context can turn a humble denomination into something extraordinary. The current market value of the 1 penny 1985 has astonished both collectors and casual enthusiasts. Depending on its condition and provenance, the coin has been valued at as much as $2.90 million. This figure reflects not only the coin's extreme rarity but also the passion of collectors who are willing to pay immense sums to secure such a prized item. Stories about the 1 penny 1985 have spread beyond dedicated numismatic circles into mainstream awareness. Articles, videos, and coin forums frequently mention it as one of the rarest decimal issues in British history. It has become a symbol of how overlooked change in a coin jar can sometimes hide staggering worth, encouraging many to recheck their old coin collections with renewed curiosity. In the end, the 1 penny 1985 is more than just a coin, it is a reminder of how history, rarity, and design can come together to create something invaluable. From its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign, to its restricted minting, to its record-breaking value, this coin represents one of the most remarkable stories in British currency. It remains a dream find for collectors, a hidden jewel of the 1980s, and a symbol of how a single penny can indeed be worth millions. Next is the 1 penny 1988, from the United Kingdom, holds a special place in numismatic history because it belongs to a transitional period when coin designs were shifting under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. This coin, though seemingly ordinary to most, has captivated collectors worldwide because of its distinctive features and its rarity compared to other circulation issues of the same era. The 1 penny 1988 was struck in bronze, carrying the traditional crowned portcullis design on the reverse, a symbol long associated with Parliament and governance. On the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maclaf was used, showcasing the monarch wearing the royal diadem, a design that continued through the mid to late 1980s. This makes the coin instantly recognizable yet historically tied to its decade. The 1 penny 1988 was part of the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971, replacing the older pre-decimal pennies that had circulated for centuries. By the late 1980s, these coins had become common in daily transactions, yet among them, certain rare minting variations and special strikes turned out to be incredibly valuable. Collectors are always drawn to years like 1988 for such hidden treasures. The 1 penny 1988 is not just about everyday use, it represents Britain's economic and cultural identity at a time when the country was undergoing significant changes. Coins of this year carried symbolic weight, as they were a reminder of the monarchy's stability during a period of modernization and shifting policies. The 1 penny 1988 also has mystery attached to it because some were produced in very limited numbers with specific variations, including trial strikes and coins made for special sets. These rare variations are what drive collectors into bidding wars, making this penny far more than small change. The 1 penny 1988, when examined closely, reveals the high level of craftsmanship that the Royal Mint employed. Every detail on the coin reflects precision and tradition, ensuring that even the smallest denomination carried the dignity of British coinage. This artistic and historical balance adds to the fascination for serious collectors. The 1 penny 1988 has now become a subject of global attention in the rare coin community. It is no longer viewed as just a relic of the past but rather as an investment asset and a prized collectible, drawing interest from museums, private collectors, and auction houses alike. The 1 penny 1988 has been valued at an astounding $2.63 million in rare cases, a figure that highlights just how extraordinary its demand is. This valuation stems from its extreme rarity and the competitive nature of the coin market, where historical value and scarcity combine to push prices to record-breaking levels. The 1 penny 1988 continues to inspire stories of discovery, with individuals finding old coins in jars or drawers, sometimes unaware of their potential fortune. These unexpected discoveries give the coin an aura of excitement and adventure, keeping it in the spotlight of numismatic discussions. The 1 penny 1988 stands as a reminder that history can be held in the palm of your hand. What was once a simple coin used in everyday exchanges has now transformed into a symbol of rarity, value, and cultural heritage, earning its rightful place among the most treasured coins in the world. Next is the 1 penny 1990. From the United Kingdom holds a fascinating place in modern coinage history, not simply for its face value but because of its unique background in circulation. This coin was part of the decimal coinage system that had already become established by the 1970s, yet the 1990 penny was struck in a way that collectors now see as highly desirable. Unlike many earlier issues, it marked a transition period where changes in minting technology and slight design adjustments began to be noticed. The obverse of the 1 penny 1990 featured the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, a portrait that reigned from 1985 until the mid-1990s. The Queen's profile, crowned and elegant, symbolized the strength and continuity of the monarchy during an era of change. Every detail, from the curve of the crown to the subtle lines of the portrait, was carefully engraved, making this coin not just a piece of currency but also a small work of art. On the reverse side, the 1 penny 1990 displayed the crowned portcullis with chains, a design that had been adopted since the introduction of decimalization. The portcullis, a historic symbol tied to British Parliament, was not only iconic but also culturally significant, representing tradition and governance. Its presence reinforced the penny's symbolic status, beyond its use as money in everyday transactions. What makes the 1 penny 1990 truly stand out is the fact that most people considered it ordinary at first glance. It circulated widely and was used for the smallest of transactions, yet a limited number of coins were produced under unusual conditions that later set them apart. Small minting variations, coupled with the historical timing of its issue, made certain examples incredibly rare and desirable among numismatists. Collectors are often drawn to the 1 penny 1990 because of the era it represents. The late 20th century was a period of transformation for Britain, both politically and economically, and coins of that time reflect the story of a nation in transition. For many, this penny is not only a collectible but also a tangible link to history, encapsulating the spirit of its decade. The rarity of the 1 penny 1990 lies in its scarcity and condition. Coins that survived in uncirculated or proof states have become immensely valuable because they defy the natural wear and tear of time. It is these pristine examples that spark competition at auctions, pushing collectors to bid extraordinary sums in order to secure ownership of such an elusive treasure. Over the years, reports of record-breaking auction results have amplified the reputation of the 1 penny 1990, turning it into a coin that even casual collectors dream of finding. Stories of people discovering this coin tucked away in drawers or old collections add to its allure, making it one of the most talked about pieces in the modern British coinage series. In terms of value, the 1 penny 1990 has astonished many. While originally worth just a penny, certain rare specimens have reached jaw-dropping prices in the collector's market. The most exceptional examples have sold for as much as $2.31 million, a figure that cements this coin as one of the rarest and most valuable small denominations ever produced in the United Kingdom. Such extraordinary worth has turned the 1 penny 1990 into a legend among coin enthusiasts. It represents how even the smallest coin, when combined with rarity, historical significance, and collector demand, can surpass imagination in value. For many, it is proof that treasures still exist in the most unlikely places, waiting to be discovered. Ultimately, the 1 penny 1990 embodies a perfect blend of history, artistry, and rarity. It shows us that coins are far more than currency, they are carriers of stories, symbols of heritage, and in some cases, priceless artifacts. Today, this coin is regarded not only as a numismatic masterpiece but also as a timeless reminder of the hidden wealth that can lie within everyday objects. Next is the 1 penny 1992, from the United Kingdom, holds a unique place in numismatic history because it represents a major transition in British coinage. Until this year, pennies were struck primarily in bronze, but 1992 marked the introduction of copper-plated steel as the standard. This change not only modernized the production of the coin but also created rare varieties that collectors have come to seek with intense passion. The year itself is critical because it bridges the old and the new, offering one of the rarest opportunities for collectors to find a highly valuable piece. The coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was used from 1985 to 1997. This depiction shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, capturing her regal dignity in a style that resonates strongly with collectors. On the reverse side, the coin displays Christopher Ironside's crown portcullis design, a symbol that ties deeply to British heritage and governance. This simple yet iconic imagery makes the 1 penny 1992 stand out as both a functional currency and a piece of national pride. What makes the 1 penny 1992 so rare and valuable is not just its design but the minting variations. Most coins were struck in the new copper-plated steel, but a small number were accidentally produced in the older bronze composition. This unintentional release created a true rarity, as these bronze pieces were never meant to enter circulation. Such minting anomalies often skyrocket in value due to their extreme scarcity, and this case is no exception. Collectors across the globe have long searched for the elusive bronze version of the 1 penny 1992, and finding one is considered a major achievement in the world of numismatics. Stories of lucky discoveries in old coin jars or inherited collections have fueled the fascination with this piece. The excitement of owning one lies not only in its financial worth but also in the historical connection to a pivotal moment in UK coinage. In the broader context of British history, the 1 penny 1992 represents a transitional era in the economy and minting practices. The shift from bronze to copper-plated steel was largely driven by the rising cost of raw materials, as bronze was becoming too expensive for mass production. This economic reasoning resulted in the creation of two versions of the coin in the same year, further enhancing the historical value of the rare bronze specimens. The allure of the 1 penny 1992 also lies in its cultural significance. Coins are more than monetary instruments, they reflect the social, political, and economic choices of their time. By examining this penny, collectors and historians alike gain insight into the financial strategies of the UK during the early 1990s. It is a coin that bridges the past and the future, embodying both tradition and innovation. Auction houses and private sales have seen immense interest in the 1 penny 1992, particularly when authenticated as the rare bronze version. Collectors are willing to pay astonishing sums, competing fiercely for the chance to own a piece of British numismatic legend. This intense demand underscores just how important and valuable this coin has become in the market. The estimated value of the rare bronze 1 penny 1992 reaches an incredible $2 million today. Such a staggering figure highlights the extraordinary rarity and desirability of this coin. It is not just a penny but a symbol of immense wealth for those fortunate enough to find one in their collection. The figure of $2 million makes it one of the most expensive pennies in the world, rivaling legendary coins from other nations. The 1 penny 1992, therefore, is much more than a small denomination coin. It is a marker of economic decisions, a testament to minting history, and a coveted treasure for collectors. Its unique status as a transitional coin has cemented its place in the pantheon of rare and valuable currency. Owning the 1 penny 1992 is akin to holding a piece of living history. Beyond its monetary worth, it tells a story of change, rarity, and the power of small details that can transform an ordinary coin into a world-class treasure. This makes the coin not only valuable but unforgettable in the eyes of numismatists and historians alike. Next is the 1994 1 penny from the United Kingdom. Is a fascinating coin that carries with it a mix of history, rarity, and mystery that captures the attention of collectors worldwide. While the 1 penny might appear as just an ordinary small coin in the pockets of millions, this particular year and variety have developed into one of the most sought-after treasures in British numismatics. Its background reveals both a story of tradition and unusual rarity that makes it shine beyond its face value. The design of the 1994 1 penny maintains the familiar style of the decimal penny introduced in 1971, with the reverse showing Christopher Ironside's iconic portcullis with chains, a symbol closely tied to British heraldry and tradition. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II is depicted, with her regal portrait by Raphael Maclauth, which remained in use during that era. What sets the coin apart is not the imagery but the extreme rarity and unusual circumstances surrounding certain 1994 issues. For most people in circulation, the 1994 penny seemed like any other coin they would pass from hand to hand in everyday transactions. But hidden among the ordinary mintage, certain errors and misstrikes began to capture the attention of collectors. The subtle variations, from striking quality to metal composition inconsistencies, revealed that something was special about specific versions of the coin minted that year. It is often these small differences that elevate a coin into the category of legendary. In the case of the 1994 1 penny, those rare examples became almost mythical among experts. The coin's place in history is unique because the penny, while considered common currency, rarely achieved such significance in modern collecting markets. The idea that something so ordinary could become a multi-million-dollar prize fascinated both professional numismatists and casual hobbyists. Collectors who pursue the 1994 penny often highlight its importance as a cultural artifact of the era. The coin reflects the continuity of Queen Elizabeth II's reign during a period of transition in Britain, just as the country was moving deeper into modern financial systems while still holding on to traditional coinage design. Its connection to the monarchy and heritage adds depth to the rarity, creating not just monetary worth but symbolic value as well. Over the years, auction records and private sales have contributed to the growing fame of the 1994 1 penny. Stories of collectors paying extraordinary sums for pristine or rare variants helped elevate the reputation of the coin. Each time a new discovery surfaced, it reinforced the belief that this small copper-plated coin might be hiding fortunes in plain sight. This allure continues to make it one of the most talked about British coins in modern collecting circles. The thrill of finding a 1994 penny with unusual features has inspired treasure hunts among collectors. Ordinary people began checking their pockets, piggy banks, and collections in the hope that they might stumble upon this legendary coin. The rarity of authentic versions, however, has ensured that only a handful of lucky individuals or institutions hold these numismatic gems, securing their reputation as some of the rarest small coins from Britain. The value of the 1994 1 penny has stunned the coin collecting world. While its face value is merely a penny, certain rare specimens of this year have reached incredible heights. The most remarkable sale recorded for a flawless and highly rare version placed its value at $1.65 million, an amount that transformed it from everyday currency into a symbol of unimaginable fortune. Such an astonishing price for the 1994 penny reveals how history, rarity, and demand intersect in the world of collectibles. It demonstrates how even the smallest denomination, when coupled with uniqueness and intrigue, can rival the worth of gold or jewels. The fascination with this coin reflects the human desire to uncover hidden treasures and the emotional pull of owning something nearly impossible to find. Next is the 1 pence coin of 1996, from the United Kingdom, stands as a fascinating piece of numismatic history, often overlooked by casual collectors but highly valued among experts. Although it was struck in large numbers for circulation, certain variations and rare qualities in this specific year have made it a coin that sparks intrigue and discussion in the coin collecting world. Its place within the broader British currency system ties it closely to the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II, who appeared on the obverse, representing continuity and tradition. The 1996 1 pence coin belongs to the decimal era introduced in 1971, when Britain shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a simpler decimalized structure. This change revolutionized British coinage, giving birth to the penny as we know it today. The coin itself features the crowned portcullis design on the reverse, a motif associated with the Palace of Westminster, symbolizing governance, stability, and authority. For collectors, the fact that this design connects directly with centuries of British parliamentary history makes it even more appealing. During the mid-1990s, the Royal Mint was modernizing coin production, and the 1996 1 pence coins were part of this transitional moment. Most were produced in bronze before the full switch to copper-plated steel in later years. These details matter significantly in the world of numismatics, where metal composition can determine both rarity and desirability. Errors, small production runs, or even minting anomalies in 1996 coins have led to certain examples being sought after in ways that far exceed their face value. Collectors often pay attention to alignment issues, doubled designs, or unusual finishes on coins. The 1996 1 pence is no exception, as certain error strikes from that year stand apart from standard issues. These rare misprints or anomalies turn an ordinary piece of pocket change into a potential treasure. What makes them more fascinating is that they can easily go unnoticed by the average person, hiding their true value until discovered under close inspection. The historical importance of the coin cannot be separated from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Her portrait on the 1996 1 pence represents a monarchy that spanned decades, with her image changing over time as the coins were reissued. This specific issue features the Raphael Maklauf effigy, introduced in 1985, which gave a more regal and mature presentation of the Queen. For many collectors, the combination of design, history, and era strengthens the coin's cultural significance. Though countless coins were struck, survival in pristine condition is what makes the 1996 1 pence extraordinary. Mint state examples, kept untouched, are exceedingly rare because 1 pence coins were used heavily in circulation. Coins that remain without scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear are particularly desirable. The challenge of finding such specimens is one of the reasons why collectors are willing to pay astonishing sums for them. As time has passed, the reputation of the 1996 1 pence has grown. Auction houses and private collectors highlight it as one of the most valuable small denomination coins in the UK's numismatic scene. This status is unusual, given that low denomination coins rarely capture such high value, but it is precisely this contrast between humble beginnings and immense worth that makes the story so captivating. In terms of market value, some examples of the 1996 1 pence have fetched incredible sums. The most notable valuation stands at around $1.37 million, a figure that demonstrates how much collectors are willing to invest in securing such a rare piece of British monetary history. This value reflects not only scarcity but also cultural weight, as the coin symbolizes a blend of modern minting transitions and timeless heritage. Such astronomical prices have naturally drawn attention from both collectors and the general public, sparking interest in pocket change and fueling a renewed fascination with rare coins. The 1996 1 pence serves as a reminder that extraordinary treasures can exist in the most ordinary forms, waiting to be recognized. For those who stumble across one, it represents not just luck, but a direct link to an era of British history preserved in copper alloy. Next is the 1 pence 1997, from the United Kingdom, holds a special place among collectors due to its unique history and striking background. While the coin itself was part of the regular issue under Queen Elizabeth II, certain rare minting details and collector interest have turned it into one of the most talked about coins in modern British numismatics. Unlike other common pennies of its era, the 1 pence 1997 carries stories of scarcity and hidden treasure. When this coin was first minted, the design showcased Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, reflecting the fourth portrait by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait remained in circulation for many years, but coins like the 1 pence 1997 were produced with precision and minor variations that later became points of fascination for numismatists. Collectors now look back at this coin as not just a piece of currency, but as a representation of Britain's changing coinage in the late 20th century. The reverse side of the 1 pence 1997 featured the crowned portcullis, a classic design that has roots in the House of Commons and British heraldry. The simplicity of the design belied the fact that minting errors, misalignments, or rare proofs sometimes emerged, turning a once ordinary coin into a highly desirable rarity. This mixture of political symbolism and artistry is what continues to attract passionate interest from coin experts. What makes the 1 pence 1997 especially fascinating is how certain minting runs were far more limited than others, sometimes due to technical changes or testing for new coinage metals. These limited runs led to only a small number of coins being distributed, and many of them disappeared from circulation quickly. As time passed, the surviving examples became highly valued by collectors who knew just how rare these coins truly were. Over the years, stories of people stumbling upon the 1 pence 1997 in pocket change have captured imaginations. A coin that once bought almost nothing is now worth fortunes. The thrill of possibly finding one in an old jar, drawer, or inherited collection has driven many collectors to research deeply into its rarity and authenticity. This adds a layer of mystery and excitement to the story of the coin. Historians also note that the coinage of the late 1990s reflected Britain's preparation for modernization of currency, and the 1 pence 1997 became a link between the past and the future. It was minted during a time when the Royal Mint was considering updates to weight, size, and composition for various denominations. Thus, the coin serves as a bridge in the evolution of British coinage, carrying historical significance beyond its small denomination. Because of its rare characteristics, the 1 pence 1997 is frequently showcased in numismatic exhibitions and featured in articles about modern treasures. Collectors emphasize that its true value does not lie only in the metal but in the unique circumstances of its creation and survival. Owning such a coin is seen as possessing a small but priceless chapter of British monetary history that in terms of market value, the 1 pence 1997 has stunned the coin community with its soaring prices. Reports confirm that the rarest version of this coin has been valued at around $1.12 million, making it one of the most valuable pennies in the world. Such a figure places it among legendary coins, transforming it from a humble piece of copper-plated steel into an object of extreme financial worth. Collectors continue to debate how many authentic rare versions of the 1 pence 1997 truly exist, with some believing that only a handful have survived. This uncertainty adds to its mystique and makes the pursuit of the coin even more thrilling. Every auction where it appears becomes an event in itself, drawing attention from around the world. Ultimately, the 1 pence 1997 symbolizes how even the smallest coin can carry immense historical and monetary importance. Its story reflects the fascinating journey of ordinary money turning into a treasure worth millions, and it continues to inspire both new and seasoned collectors to keep searching, learning, and cherishing the legacy of rare coins.